we're right back at you with another video.
Again, I'm Tosh.
And I'm Buddha. And today we're talking about pulling up.
Pull up. Hop out.
out. Is your pull-up game strong or no?
First of all, let me tell y'all something. Our pull-up game is...
extensive.
It's weak. When I'm talking about that, I'm saying, like, we never pull up on nobody together.
We haven't.
As best friends. That's what I'm saying. Are we really best friends if we didn't pull up on nobody together?
Well, we were about to the other
we never pulled up on nobody together as a unit and like.
I mean, we kind of did like that yesterday.
I mean, I guess you could count that. We'll talk about that. But we never like pulled up together. I always did a pull up and like call her like, "Well, let me tell you, I pulled up."
I pulled up.
Right, but we never did one together. But I feel like when you pull up, you gotta know like why you pulling up and how you pulling up and when you pulling up. Prime example. So one time I pulled up. Oh, I did a couple pull-ups.
I did a couple. Let me tell you about my pull-ups. I pull up with. They don't even know that I know where they at. They don't even know that I know like nothing. I'll be outside your house the whole time. Like, first of all, let's disclaimer. I'm not crazy.
Me either. Make no mistake. We're
not crazy at all. But
not crazy.
Sometimes, sometimes you get that feeling in your chest and you're just like, I'm about to skirt.
I think they call that a women intuition. Yeah. That's what we're talking about.
We had it.
Strong. So when I pull up, I feel like when I'm pulling up, you already know that I'm coming because you know me. So I'm kind of like, like what's going to make me feel a certain type of way, what's going to make me not feel a certain type of way. So one particular pull up, I was at school. Before I graduated from Central, I used to go to St. Aug. I was at school, and I usually, like, I'm a talkative person, so I'm always talking. So if I'm not talking to you, red flag. Because that's what I do. So if we ain't talking,
I'm on the way.
Right. So I didn't hear from the person, like, all night, all day. And now it's a brand new day, and all through the night, I'm like, what's going on? Like, I haven't heard from you, don't know where you at, Next day, I'm still calling this phone, and it ain't working, and I'm like, Well, usually, that person, like, let their phone die, and so they might be asleep. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just go over, like, maybe their phone's dead and they're asleep. So I went to their dorm, and I was able to get in. I was walking to the door, and the door was open. And the Lord said, knock, and the door will be open unto you. It was open already, so I just knew that this was something I was supposed to do. The door was already open, and there was a female in there putting on her stuff, like her bracelets. Like, she was getting dressed, getting ready to go, and I was like, hey. She was like, hey, and I'm like, who are you here for? And she was like, I'm here for the person who I came to see. Because, it's a dorm, so 2 people live in there.
Girl, I was thinking a whole nother pull up for you, but go ahead.
2 people lived in there. No. I didn't ever have to do that. But, yeah, so I'm like, who you in here for? And she said the person who I was over there for. And I was like, that's interesting. So where's that person at? And she was like, oh, I think they're in the bathroom. Okay, great. So I went to the bathroom, and I stood at the bathroom, and I waited for that person to come out. And they came out, and they was like, hey. And I'm like, hey. And I was like, there was some girl in your room, and she said that she was here for you. What's up? What's going on? And then they were like, no, they weren't. So at this point, we're like walking back to the room, and the girl is standing by the elevator trying to get on the elevator. So when he said, no, she wasn't here for me, I said, oh, really? I said, well, he said that you wasn't here for him. So what was going on? She immediately started pressing that elevator button, trying to go down. She was like, she was trying to go down so fast, because at this point, I'm like, I'm flipping out.
No. Who's here for who? Let me know right now. She called me, and she was like, me and my mom. She called me and my mom. She's like, no, because I was just like,
I was so angry because it was other things like that added up. Like, first of all, she's there. She told me that she was there for you. And when you said that she wasn't, like, I was just going to ask. Like, well, he said that you wasn't. So, like, which one of y'all are lying? And then it was like.
She was so nervous.
Condoms
Poor
on the
girl.
ground. Yeah, so I'm just like, no. And he swore up and down. And y'all, we cool now. Like, we don't date or talk or nothing like that. But we're cool now. And still to this very day, he'd be like, she was not there for me. Okay. All right.
But I've pulled up to friend's house. Don't care. Don't let friend's house, girlfriend's house. I pulled up one time in front of whoever the girl's house was, and I never even been to the girl's house. I just went and I was like, I know the general vicinity, and I know what your car looked like. And lo and behold, they were sitting right there in that car, and I just opened the door on her side, like, hey, what's going on? Like, we chilling or what are we doing here? Like, hello. I pulled up to a house one time, like, and the girl was sitting on the couch, and she immediately copped the plea, like, oh no, I'm here for his friend. And I'm just like, oh, okay, what's up, girl? You know what I mean? Let's chill. You upstairs. You, what's up? You know what I mean? Come back downstairs. She's gone. I'm talking about flew. Then later on, I found out that he was there, that she was actually there for him. I didn't care at the time though. I was just like, whatever. Like, my pull-up game is so strong that one of my exes, you know, iPhone, I should play it. iPhone, the sound that is like the car and it's like vroom, vroom. That was my ringtone. And I asked him, why did you put that as my ringtone? Like, why is like the car sound my ringtone?
I'm hollering.
He said, because I know if I don't pick up that phone, you're pulling up. And I'm talking about this guy, he lived 2 hours away from me.
I'm crying.
So I'm pulling up at 1 o'clock in the morning, at 3 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It's always a different time. That's how strong I'm trying to tell you. You got 2 seconds. You got 2 seconds to make me change my mind, to satisfy me before I'm like, oh no, we need to have this conversation in person.
Clearly,
because you don't know how to answer the phone. You clearly want to see me, and I appreciate that. Mm-hmm. So I'm on the way.
Doing 80 and the 60.
And I'm talking about 80 and 60 every time. Like, that highway is, they know me.
On the highway.
They know
the
me
highway
on the
patrol,
highway.
like, hey, Buddha.
Yeah, they like, oh yeah, it's Buddha. R.I.P. to whoever house you on the way to, because I was on the way. But pulling up is not always too good. Because,
well, I feel like sometimes it's just a little necessary. Like,
you get your feelings hurt. You will get your feelings hurt sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes, but sometimes not. Because when I pulled up, my very last pull up before my life changed, it was like I had to keep pulling up. And I pulled up one time, and it was so crazy because I was eating with a friend, and I was like, what would you do if so-and-so walked in here with a girl? Like, how would you even act? Like, we're here eating, and this person comes in with a girl, and they sit down like they finna eat, like, chilling. Like, how would you act? Mm. And then she was like, I don't know. And I was like, I know. He would be picking up everybody's tab at this point. Like, and I'm gonna join the table. Like, hey, y'all, what we talking about here? But we were just playing around talking about it. Lo and behold, on our way back, we see that person I was just talking about at the store with some female in the window talking. Like, you know how you be like chilling in the parking lot at the club, like, what y'all finna do? Like, it was one of those kind of situations. I was like, because it was late. We went to the Waffle House, so it was probably like 1, 2 in the morning. No, ain't no what y'all finna do. The club is closed and your legs is finna be closed too. Go home, little girl.
Close them,
like,
little girl.
So I put them, I'm like, hey, well, what's going on? So she obviously walked away, and then
why do y'all girls be so scared when y'all get pulled up on? We're not here for you. We're really not here for you. Like, when I pull up, I'm not here.
Well,
never mind. Okay, so one of my pull-ups, I did actually like, okay, so but the girl knew me, and you knew that we was together for years, so that was like, I was just like, yeah, you disrespectful, but I'm not here for you. I'm here for him, because he the one that's acting like this his house, or this
I mean,
I'm here for him.
I didn't like. I wasn't there for her, but I was just trying to figure out like why you here. So my last pull up before my life changed, we were on the phone and the person was acting real funny and sketchy on the phone, like talking about, oh, I'm doing homework. You're not doing homework. It's Saturday.
Don't
And even
lie.
if it was
What you lying
Tuesday,
for?
you still don't do homework. So why was that the lie that you thought? Like, are you
never did
stupid? Like,
homework.
I pay attention to everybody that I'm interacting with. So they was like, oh, I'm gonna call you back, I'm doing homework. One is Saturday, you're not doing homework Saturday night. So I'm like, okay, I'm calling back. They didn't pick the phone up. So I'm like, okay, clearly you need help with your homework. So, and crazily, this person did not know I was on the way because you had to have access to get into this dorm. So I stood outside until I seen somebody walking in and I'm like, hey, let me in here. So I came in and then I got on the elevator, went up to the floor, and then I covered the people and I was like, boom, 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 boom. And then they came to the door and then they was like, what's up? Da-da-da-da. And I'm like, move. Let me in here. And the girl was sitting on the bed, crisscross applesauce with her hands on her lap, looking like a fucking child. And she was just, I was like, what are y'all doing? And she was like, oh, we're not doing anything. Like, I just, we were just talking. Da-da-da-da. And I was like, about what? Like, what y'all doing? Like, I was questioning her. She was answering it. Like, first of all, I'm not answering no question that no girl come up in here asking me nothing. Like, ask your man.
Who are you? Yeah, who are you?
Ask your man why I'm here.
FBI?
And ask your man what we was finna do. Like, don't talk to me. I don't have to talk to you.
No.
But she answered all my questions, and then I told her, like, okay, and now you're leaving. So put your shoes on.
And she left.
And she put her shoes on. And I walked her to the door. And I was like, yeah, see you later. And she was like, bye. And I'm like, yeah, bye. And then, you know, it went from there. However,
No.
I don't think, so, like, I didn't come for her. Like, we didn't fight or anything, but I did let her know that she had to go. So, but I don't think now, like, I'm changed. I don't think pulling up is...
Yeah, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it now. I don't have a reason to do it anymore, but I wouldn't do it with my next relationship because I just feel like, that's the most hurt I've ever been. Like, one time I made a fake key. Not a fake key, I made a spare key for my ex's house, and he did not know. So I'm calling him. He has 2 cars. So I'm calling him. I'm outside his house, and I'm like, where you at? He's like, oh, I'm in a meeting. So I was like, he used to do like this little promotion thing. So I was like, oh, okay. And then I called him again, like, he's not answering now. So now I'm texting him, like, where are you? Like, I need you right now. So he's like, I'm in a meeting. And I really did need him. And he was like, I'm in a meeting, like, I'll talk to you later. Like, I'm gonna call you in a minute. Just hold on. So I'm like, okay. Then I'm outside his house still. I'm looking at both of his cars. So I'm like, so why is your car out here? He's like, I took the other car. I'm like, so why is that car out here? So then he was like, I rode with someone else. Now you lied in my face. Like, so I'm like, okay, I'm going up here. I really was out there like, God, please tell me if I should do this or not. I was so scared. I was just like, my stomach was like bubbling and everything. And I was just like, God, just give me the time right now. Give me the time. So I go up there and I unlock the door really slowly. Because the way his house was, like, the door, and then there was the living room. So if he was in the living room, he was going to know, like, that I unlocked the door. And I couldn't let him know because I didn't want to give up that key. So I unlocked the door really slowly, and then I walked away. I thought about it, and I was just like, should I do it? Should I not do it? I hid the key somewhere, so just in case he was like, how'd you get in here? I'd be like, I don't got no key. I'm telling my secrets because nobody really knows this to this day except for her, of course, and my friends and stuff. But then I just pushed the door open, and like he had like the latch on, and I'm looking through the latch, and him and a girl are sitting on the couch, right? Like, I'm looking right at him and the girl, and he's just looking at me like, how did you get in here? Like, he's like, how did you open my door? And I was like, come open the door. So I close it. He opens the door or whatever. He lets me in. I gave no chances. I just charged straight in so bad. Like, I was so angry. I was, like, going crazy. I was just like... And then we ended up... The end of the story doesn't matter. But, yeah, that was crazy. I just feel like pulling up... I probably wouldn't do it anymore because it's really unhealthy. and it's really if anybody makes you feel like you should have to pull up or you have to go through all of that like anger and stuff, you shouldn't be with that person. So if you can't trust them enough to like, if they're not talking to you or if they're not answering you, but they should not be answering you or not talking to you, but if you can't trust them enough to be like, okay, they're not doing anything, they're just, you know what I mean, whatever they said they're doing, you shouldn't be with that person. I feel
like the same. Like, that time when I was pulling up and doing all that stuff, I feel like when you're young, you don't really know how to like express your emotions and your feelings. So you usually revert to anger and rage, and I'm just gonna go over there and da da da. Like, I feel like it's uncalled for now. Like, now that I've like gone through that and I'm grown up now, I kind of feel like I just want to be with somebody who can openly and honestly talk to me. Like, I shouldn't have to. You shouldn't be telling me something and then I gotta do something else and find out something that you just didn't tell the truth. Like, what are we doing? Like, we don't have to do this. So definitely, I don't think pulling up is okay now. I wouldn't pull up on anybody now. I don't care, even if I got the Addy, I wouldn't do it. Don't pull up. Don't pull up now, guys.
Don't do it. Don't be like, oh, well, Buddha and Taj said, no, we did not.
We said don't.
We said don't do it. We did it already. It's over with. But I think I was like 19 with the one with the key. So I was young. Don't do it. Like, it don't do nothing but hurt you, for real.
Yep. Well, thanks for watching our
video. Like, comment, subscribe, and tell us some other things that you want us to talk about.
Bye. Peace.